Did you know that Sur used to be a city island and was not connected to mainland Lebanon?
Tyre, done!
We're in for a weekend of discovery and relaxation. Our agenda? First, we'll step back in time to a time when Tyre was an island city, attracting the attention of jealous conquerors. Among them was Alexander the Great, whose engineering marvel paved the way for the first ever road connecting this island to mainland. And finally, we'll head to Tyre's endless coastline for some beachfront bliss. But before we jump into the video, let me show you our home base. It is nestled right in the heart of the Old Souk of Tyre, and that seafront view is simply unbeatable. Look at that. Wow. And the hotel has its own private beach. And that's our home base basically. It's called Dar Alma. It's right on the edge of the city of Tyre, of the old city of Tyre, of the old city island of Tyre. So just want to show you guys where we're chilling at. It's the restaurant of Dar Alma. We've got a watchtower over here. I think, I'm not sure, don't take my word for it, but judging from my experience lately in the places I've been going to, it's from the Crusaders era. I could be mistaken though. That up there. Good evening from Tyre. It's our first time in Tyre, or my first time in Tyre.
This wall looks old.
It's like being in Mykonos for the very first time.
I'm stopping myself to looking at the map.
I think I'm feeling weird filming because it's very residential. In Batroun, it's all Airbnbs or guest houses. This is beautiful. So this is the old historic souk of Tyre, but I don't know why everything is closed. It's so weird.
This looks like spices place.
Yeah, I smell them. But why are they closed?
I like that all the storefronts are unified.
Yeah. So I'm assuming we're at the Muslim quarter here.
Yeah, well, look.
Yeah.
This shows
Oh, there's Jesus.
how mixed, yeah, this is what I mean. مرحبا كيفك؟ ليك كيف فينا نفوت لهون؟ ايه من هون على اليمين؟ اوكي استنى.
Did you know that Sur used to be a city island and was not connected to mainland Lebanon, neither politically or geographically? So what we're about to see are archaeological sites from the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, and the old Egyptian port. These are mosaics, by the way, from the Roman Empire. Before we start, I just want to say that it's really hot and really sunny. We're sweating like crazy, so in case we're not up to standard, please excuse us. I'm already following the shade. So yeah, these are Roman mosaics over here, but they're not in good shape as the ones in Beit Din.
No. Like there's plants growing over there.
And we've got a cannon from the Ottoman Empire, I think, or older. Whoa. This was a city basically. These are houses, roads in between, market probably. And I was watching a YouTube video the other day over here, and there was a snake. They saw a snake here. So
Amazing.
yeah, just letting you, giving you heads up.
Thank you. Why are they laid in this format?
It's a.
Was it like a pathway?
Yeah, it's a pathway. It's like a street.
Ah.
You can walk in there between them, and you get to the sea eventually.
So we're technically standing on the roof of a house here, on that pathway.
Or maybe that was a road, I don't know. Tyre had its golden age more than once, but precisely during the Phoenician period, because of the purple dye industry, they were selling very expensive purple dye. 1 gram of purple dye equaled 20 grams of gold back then to the rich people of Europe.
This is when the purple dye became a symbol of queens and kings and wealth. This is where they used to get it to dye their robes and capes and crowns.
Yeah.
This is where it all started.
The Romans built elaborate and expensive ornaments and fountains around the city. And this was the ground or the road basically that the Romans or the Phoenicians used to walk on in the city center of Tyre. In Arabic, Tyre is sur. Sur means fortification or a fence or a wall that surrounds a city to protect it from conquerors. These were houses, bathrooms, shops, a market probably. Lives were here basically, so many lives, so many civilizations have passed. And now it's left neglected. I mean, I have to try to imagine what it was like back then. I see something interesting over there, but I don't know if I can reach it. There it is. It's a mosaic. Also seems like it's from the Roman Empire. Can you imagine walking here back then with all its splendor and exquisity? And that's the main road, I guess, that takes you down to the sea or to the Egyptian port, which doesn't exist anymore. But there are Egyptian ancient ruins there still, so we'll check that out. But the port itself doesn't exist anymore. Even Tyre used to be bigger than that as an island, but the southern part of the island collapsed into the water and sank after one of the big earthquakes. Up until today, if you go on Google Earth, you can still see the border of the sunken part. You gotta leave it to your imagination to... you have to imagine what it could have been like. But I mean, come on, this is beautiful. I can imagine a town over here made of this marble.
Yeah, this is the high street.
This is the high street, that's what I was saying. This is, I think, the entrance to the
it feels so grand.
City, yeah. I guess these columns could have been made in Egypt as well, just like the ones in Byblos. I've got some mosaics down here. Basically, this used to be the ground. That's how exquisite it was.
It is.
Imagine walking on this.
So grand.
Yeah. It was a very fancy city back then. And that's why it attracted several conquerors. One of them was Alexander the Great. So the siege of Tyre was orchestrated by Alexander the Great in the year 332 before Christ during his campaign against the Persians. The Macedonian army was unable to capture the city because of the high walls that surrounded, or the fortification that surrounded the island city. Alexander the Great responded to this problem by first blockading and besieging Tyre for 7 months. And then he built a road or a bridge or a causeway from the old Tyre town to this island city, and was able to take down the fortifications that way and conquer the city. After Alexander the Great took over Tyre, 8,000 people were massacred and 30,000 women and children were sold to slavery. How sad is that? Wow, is this a theater?
Yeah.
It's a theater.
And this is underground, like rooms.
Rooms? Maybe it's coffins.
No. These were rooms underground, and this is where they used to have battles and these kind of things.
Lions and stuff?
Yeah.
Like gladiators?
Yes.
So the lions were here.
Or the people also.
And the people. Oh yeah, the slaves basically.
The slaves, exactly.
And they used to fight over here.
And people
We're assuming so.
And people sit here to watch them.
People sit here to watch them.
This was entertainment back in the days.
So they used to walk here to get to the sea, basically. So these look like the ones we saw in Tower Mina,
Yeah.
don't they?
they do?
Those Egyptian columns, I'm assuming, or these columns that came from Egypt. Basically, you get to the sea. And the sea was very important to the Phoenicians back then because that's how they used to trade and export their purple dye.
So the Egyptians, they were interested into building this here just because they were docking here in their boats to take the purple dye and take it back to Egypt.
And the cedar wood for papyrus.
And the cedar wood from papyrus. We learned that with Hiyam in our Biblos.
Yeah, I'll put a link up there for the Biblos video.
And we also learned that this is called the necropolis, which means city of the dead. There's an interesting sarcophagus over there that has the Medusa on it. We're gonna go check it out now.
Wow, did someone turn your power on? It's sad that
Yeah.
when you go to Rome, the Colosseum, or you go to any other place, I mean, even in Berlin, the Holocaust Memorial, don't get me wrong, I thought it was okay. But I mean, the people who wanted to visit and who wanted to enter and check it out was unbelievable. And yet you come to a place like this with an amazing history and amazing things to see, and yet there's no one. There's absolutely no one.
I mean, there's few people. There's 2 Chinese people here.
Yeah, we saw 2 Chinese people and those 2 behind us right now, and that's it. And that's the Medusa sarcophagus. So that's where Antipater was buried. So where's the body? And that's Medusa with her snake hair. The Mamluks invaded Tyre. And Tyre didn't try to resist. And after the Mamluks, in the 16th century, power was transferred over to the Ottomans. This tree is beautiful. It's been there for quite a long time. It has witnessed a lot of things. If only it could talk, it would tell us about this beautiful view in front of us. I mean, just try to imagine how it was. It was luxurious.
Yeah, it was really very grand.
So here at Byblos, they're very similar. I think because the Crusaders were here, the Romans were here, the Ottomans were here, the Mamluks were here. I wish I can go back in time and like just for a day be here.
Yeah, like I always wonder how it would feel if we used to live in these times, you know, like I would start by how we would be dressed and how our faces would look like and how it would feel, you know, to not have a phone and electricity and.
But you have the splendor of this magnificent Phoenician city, which they used to call Queen of the Seas. So I just asked the local why everything is closed, and he said because it's Friday. So hopefully tomorrow everything will be open again. With all that heat and sweating, we are in the water, in Tyrrhenian waters. I think that's the Al-Fanar lighthouse over there. And that's our hotel basically. And that's my camera up there. Woo! Oh. And that's the Al-Mubaraka watchtower from the Crusaders' time. Oh, by the way, I fact-checked, and it is from the Crusaders' time. that's it, I guess. Good morning. It's Napske and Giovanni heading to Tyre Beach this morning. We got a red door over here for Gio. For his little doors.
Like I've been seeing some interesting colors. Look at these, we saw similar to these windows in Sicily. The arches.
So we got some narrow streets like this one.
But it's pure residential.
But yeah, that's the difference between Batroun and here. Is that Batroun is the shops, the places have become shops and Airbnbs. But here it's very residential. So far it's nice, but I feel it needs a lot of work. Tourist-wise.
Yeah.
So this is the Sidon port of Tyre. And it's very ancient. Pure fisherman's port, and it's very ancient because we're here because it existed back before Christ was even born. There were two ports in Tyre, the Sidon port, which is this one, and there was the Egyptian port on the other side. So one of the most things that Tyre is known for is its beach, a long stretch of sandy beach. It is the first time I come here. It's part of my internal tourism. So let's check it out. The beach we're going to is called Cloud 59.
Which technically is the last one. So if you already have seen, you can see several entrances. Al-Farah, Dunya, الشاطئ العاجي. I've been here once or twice, and both of these times was at Cloud 59. It has the younger generation, they have alcohol, and yeah, I've been told to just come to Cloud 59 because you have totally different crowds at different beaches here.
Well, I can tell that it's still empty. It's 9:30 a.m. That's why.
This whole space will be filled.
Yeah, it's Saturday as well. You have to imagine we're at what's it called in Mykonos? Agios Sostis or
look, it's impressive, the spread.
yeah, but there are no umbrellas or sunbeds basically.
You know why?
Why?
لأنه البلدية بتمنعهم يحطوهم. This is a free beach.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if you want to pay,
Yeah.
you have to sit there. It's $15 per person.
Yeah.
It's like minimum charge $15.
All right.
So you can pay $15. You get this two mats and an umbrella. You can eat with these $15, so it's a minimum charge. Argile is $8. Extra mat is $3.
Perfect. So where are we chilling?
We can chill wherever we want.
Let's do that. First, I need to take off my equipment. So that's the cost of going to a free beach. Just like in Mykonos and Agios Sostis and Palermo's beach, you don't get an umbrella, you don't get a mat to sleep on, you get absolutely nothing. It's just you and the sun. So let's try and dip. So there are no mics on right now, so I hope my voice is loud and clear. The water is kind of cold actually, but it's sandy. Whoa, that's why it's beautiful. Exactly. Oh.
good, it's clean, and very spacious, which I like.
It's funny how we travel to Cyprus and Greece to go to the beach. The beautiful beaches, and yet we have this very beautiful beach here that no one comes to. Absolutely no one. And it's the weekend, it's Saturday, I think it's 10:30 a.m. By now, I mean, there should be people, but there's no one. Absolutely no one. And it's a free beach. We didn't pay a single penny. Look at it. And there's some water sports happening.
Okay.
So this is the Al-Bass site with the Hippodrome. It's from the Roman era.
صحتين. قد ايه بتريد؟
Yes, Mama.
Thank you.
So this is the necropolis over there.
Oh, mosaics.
Mosaics. Yeah, this is all Roman Empire.
Yeah, this is nice.
Beautiful mosaic, actually. Look at that. Oh my God, how old is this?
Thousands of years.
And supposedly they built so many extravagant ornaments and fountains and stuff like that. Oh wow. So what the Romans wanted back then is that when you were leaving Tyre or entering it, you are walking next to all the sarcophagus or the coffins. I don't know why, what was the reason for that. But whenever you are leaving or entering Tyre, there are coffins all around you. But look at how big they are.
If you notice, they're all broken from one side because back in the days they used to steal. So they used to break them to see if there's any valuables inside.
Huge coffins that take up so much space.
Probably how the bigger, the more important the person.
Well, who was able to afford these?
The rich people,
The
or
rich
the kings,
people,
and
the Phoenicians mostly, who were in the purple dye trade. They're the ones who have extravagant tombs.
look, there's hearts and.
Oh, look, isn't that Medusa as well? Or that's someone else?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be Medusa.
So coffin of. Whoa, I can't read this.
Imano.
So this is the honorific ark. Wow, it's huge
It
actually.
is huge.
Wow.
Can you see
look at
how
that.
huge that is?
Whoa. Beautiful. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. So it was Tyre's purple dye, worn throughout the ancient world as a mark of royal rank that brought fame and fortune to the city. 1 gram of pure purple dye back then was worth 10 or 20 grams of gold. So it's not surprising that some of the beautiful sarcophagi of the necropolis belong to wealthy purple dye manufacturers of Tyre. So all these sarcophagi are, it's from the Roman Empire, but it's for Tyre people. So in 64 years before Christ, Tyre and the whole ancient Syrian lands were occupied by the Roman Empire.
Can't begin to imagine how old these rocks and.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it hurts. It hurts the head. It hurts my brain.
Yeah, me
To
too.
imagine it. To imagine how many years have passed since 64 BC
How many people stepped exactly where we're stepping now, you know?
How many people stood under this? Wow.
Over 2,000 years.
It's a scary thought.
It is a scary thought. It makes you feel how tiny you are.
Yeah, how irrelevant you are.
How irrelevant you are, exactly.
And the last and final thing is the Hippodrome that the Romans built for chariot racing, and it was deadly. Some people would die during the race, and the people would actually sit on these steps here to watch. This is beautiful. Wow. Hello? Anyone there? Hello?
And the race starts.
No way we can go up? No way. Is there anything up there?
Yes, come.
Am I recording? Yeah. Whoa. No way. Wow. Look at that.
Whoa.
Is it safe?
Yeah.
So this is where they would race. I don't know if they just reached this part here or they'd go all the way. What a fantastic place this is. Wow. What a beautiful place. So, well, I meant earlier when I said you need imagination, you really do need to use your imagination. If you don't have an imagination, then this is all boring for you. You just have to imagine the crowds here, the cheering, the horses racing. Did they have to reach this curve here
Maybe.
and turn around it, or they had to go all the way there?
All the way there.
Because I read online that the point where they had to turn still exists today. I think this is one of the best places in Lebanon as well.
It is.
And it's so sad that it's
Underrated.
I keep saying this, yeah, it's underrated and there's no one here. I mean, come on. It's too bad, actually. I'm so ashamed. I'm so not ashamed. I'm sad. We're standing on history right now. So this is what it looked like, sitting here and cheering on the chariot racing happening. But are these stairs from back then as well? They're not recently renovated?
They're not renovated. I don't think they're renovated. So this is where we were, up there. And we're currently standing in the middle of the Hippodrome.
So they had to do 7 laps basically to win. The first person who finishes 7 laps wins.
All roads lead to
Rome! To Rome! Very interesting place. So that's the Al-Fanar White House in front of us.
So apparently there's a wedding happening seeing that. Small businesses. Small business.
Oh, shall we pass from here? Ouch. So we're heading to the port, or the port is on my left side. So this port is from ancient times. It was the Sidon port. This is where they do boats.
Yeah, I think they're building it.
So this port used to exist from Alexander the Great times. You know the way?
No. Where are we going?
To the market.
Oh yeah, so it's
You told me.
from here or from the other one?
Well, unlike yesterday, the places are open today, it seems. This is what I wanted.
Let's see. Crochet, handwork.
Were they allowed to sell these?
Well,
Random stuff.
it's an antique place.
Yeah. We didn't come here yesterday, did we? I think so much can be done here. A lot can be done. They should learn from Batroun.
Yeah, I agree.
So the tourist vibe in Batroun doesn't exist here. Although so much can happen. مرحبا. Oh, this is weird. Weird to see here.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see this here, but okay. Nice stairs there. So yeah, everybody's closing.
The Victoria's Secret. Look.
Got some jewelry here. We got some clothes for $5. Spices. Fruits. So these are the shops basically. I like the fact that they have unified wooden doors and signs. Even this one over here. And these are the buildings. So we got some jewelry shops, clothes, jewelry. A sandwich place.
Yeah, so this is one of the most known sandwiches.
What do they sell?
You can't come here and not try their fatayil.
What's fatayil?
Things we don't eat.
Like what, the intestines you mean?
Yeah.
Ew.
Intestine or like some...
Yeah, I can read the brains and stuff. I'm not interested. No, liver. I'm so not interested. Let's leave. I don't even want to put these on video.
No, it's not something it's not us.
There are so many boats.
Yeah, all fishermen, huh?
Yeah. And you can see here they're creating the boats as well. And we're back.
It is an authentic experience here at Dar Alma. It would be nice to rent this whole place as a family getaway. This guest house has 10 rooms spread over 3 floors and a not bad restaurant. I say not bad because we don't eat seafood. It could be good for people that like seafood. They have alcohol and they have a private deck here next to Burj al-Mubaraka.
Oh, we should have tried this one. Alicia.
It's seafood.
Hello. Hi. So at Dar Alma they serve breakfast from 8 to 11. They serve some cheese, halloum cheese, vegetables, Lebanon, some fruits, jams. There's full hummus. What is this, eggs? Any last words about this hotel?
It was good enough. In 2 words. This is a work in progress, I'm sure. There is a lot of potential for food. It is a beautiful town. There is the base. But, you know, people here are poor. They need support to kick off their businesses. I can see restaurants in the old town. I can see guest houses. There's a lot of guest houses actually here.
But a lot of work has to be done still.
Yeah, needs some time. And that's why we're here to support.
Yeah, I hope our video, or this video, however it turns out to be, inspires someone to come here. That's all I hope for, actually.
I mean, what's also nice is that the beach is free. You don't pay a dime, which is great.
Any last words?
No? I'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons. Comment, it will help our community grow. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And we'll see you later. Adios.
Tyre done!